Hello guys, this is Average Trader and welcome to week 23 of our trade logging series. This week we made a monster 4.5R, right? This week just blows the previous 2 weeks out of the water, right? It's been a pretty rough trading few weeks, right? But this week we finally made everything back and more. Just a quick reminder, if you do want to see all of these trades live, head on over to our website. We're the only chat room on the market that has a profit promise guarantee, which means for any month, for any given reason, if we do not make money, you get all of your money back. That month is free, no questions asked, and that's how we protect our customers. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the first trade of the week. And the first trade of the week is Apple 148.27 by 147.75. Okay, we took this off of this bottoming tail right here, right? Or a safer entry people could have said was 148.50, right? But in my previous experience, right, Apple was a gap up, right, and it put in this bottoming tail. So we decided to get in a bit early at 148.27, right about here. Our stop loss is 147.75, so under this bar's low. And boom, 1R, pretty easy. And nothing wrong with this trade whatsoever. Next trade we took was FSLY 1340 by 1360, and unfortunately we got stopped out of this thing. This thing was looking good, right? Looking really good below 1340, like a breakdown. And honestly, it was going very well too. It just missed our 1R target by, a dime or something, right? And eventually retraced 100% and tagged us at our stop loss, which is very unfortunate. You can see on the 5-minute, it looked like it put in a really nice 3-bar play, right? Just unfortunately, markets turned around and it completely engulfed, and you don't see a lot of these very often. So we took this on the chin and continued our trading week. Next trade we took was TWLO 67 by 66.50, and we actually took this relatively early, all the way back over here when this thing retraced 50% off the previous move, okay, on the 1-minute, and we got 2R pretty easily, right? Relatively easily, and I believe this thing actually retraced 50% off of this move over here and went 3R, right? I'm not sure, but we did get 2R off of this, and it was a relatively painless trade. You can see as soon as we got in at 67, it was all green bars from there on out. Next trade we took was TJX 76 by 76.25, and we took this with half of an R risk because it was a very risky trade, right? We took this only based off of the daily pattern. It was a gap down, and as you can see on the daily chart over here, and unfortunately this thing completely engulfed us and took our half of an R. And this is why we use half R lots when we take super aggressive trades, right? Because we always want to use a pattern and daily support, right? Not just one or the other. But yeah, unfortunately TJX stopped us out for half of an R. And next trade we took was Tesla 202.38 by 201.38, and we got 1R pretty easily. We took this purely off of this bottoming tail right here, purely, right? We took this off of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red bar move with a bottoming tail. Man, if that doesn't scream retracement, I don't know what does, right? So we took this, we scalped this because we didn't know if this was going to go lower or higher. We scalped this for 1R. It did eventually hit 2R after chopping around this given day. But we got 1R out of this pretty easily. And, this is just one of those things that you get with experience, right? 5 red bars in a row with a doji bar with a bottoming tail, right, means retracement. And, this particular trade, I had like 10 seconds when I called it out to when it hit 1R, right? So it was one of those trades where if you weren't in the chat room, you probably wouldn't have gotten it, or, unless you saw it yourself. But, really easy trade and very painless one. Next trade we took was Snow 138.70 by 140.30, and we got 1R out of this thing as well. We took this off of a daily play once again, right? But this time, right, it's a level 1 gap because it's gapping all the way down here and it's hitting support right here. And that's the only reason we didn't go for 2R, because this thing looks like it went lower, right? But unfortunately there was daily resistance. So, we just took our 1R and we got out of there. So we got in at 138.70 by 140.30 and, 1R pretty easily out of that. Next trade we took was Google 92.82 by 92.58, right? We actually took it all the way back here, right? Google was a gap up. Look at that beautiful, beautiful daily pattern, right? Look at that beautiful, beautiful bounce on the daily, right? And that's one of the biggest reasons we took this, right? Because there's no foreseeable pattern here, right? Unless you count this breakout at 93, which we did not take. We took it at 92.82. And that's one of the reasons why we got 1R, right? Less experienced traders might have, gotten in on this breakout at 93. And as you can see, it broke out and came all the way back down, right? But more experienced traders look at the higher time frame, look at Google, look at this bounce right here, and we get a better entry at 92.82. And so we scalped this for 1R once again, and really painless trade. We got out before the dip, and that's generally what you want to do. And that is all of the trades we took this week. Once again, we made 4.5R this week. Really, really good week, and hopefully this continues going forward, right? Once again, if you do want to see all these trades live, head on over to our website. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below, or join our Discord, right? I'm extremely active on our Discord, and there's, a share sizing bot and a bunch of good free resources there for everyone to have. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week for the continuation of our trade logging series. Have a nice weekend, guys. Bye-bye.